Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all the core gamers out there. CAJman777 here, welcoming you back to episode 15 of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. In the last episode, we ended up picking up two upgrades: the screw attack for Samus, which I will not show because the game won't let me jump 3 times, and of course, we got at the end of the last episode the ship grapple beam. Now, our current objective is to assemble the Theronian bomb, which is going to be used to break open the shield on the Leviathan seed. And because we have the ship grapple, we're now going to be able to do that. But before we get into this episode and start assembling the bomb, I just want to take this opportunity to thank our donators over there on Patreon: Valentine Blaze, MickeyPhorGens, MaddiLeigh, Thomas, Liotos, and Color Craze for their continued support to the channel. And without further ado, let's take the elevator and get going, actually, with the ship grapple. We actually have to go backwards through where we have to go. And I have not actually scanned this lore bot, believe it or not, on Hypermode, so I missed one, interestingly enough. So let us shoot this up. I don't believe I missed the lore piece, but data doc recoded. Agreement. The treaty brought us new supplies, fuel, and parts from the Federation. In return, we allowed them to use Elysia Station as they saw fit. They were glad to use the station's powerful scientific systems and gleaned a great deal of knowledge from our databanks. Unfortunately, the harsh atmosphere of our world was dangerous for the Federation researchers. They proposed to replace the humanoids with a single artificial intelligence unit, which they called Aurora. So, yes, the machines essentially getting replaced with the Aurora unit, so the Federation can still maintain some control over Elysia, which obviously they did effectively because we're still talking to the Aurora unit, of course. And we've got some steam bots. Let's just melt every single one of them before they go hyper on me. Oh, look, another one of these. Let's take care of this really quick. Hopefully it doesn't hit me once. This thing has horrible aim, and the moment I say that, I'm going to get hit. Also, there's a Hypermode bot right next to me, so I see him, and I'm going to try and not get hit by him, too, as I'm trying to blow up this. He's almost dead. He's got to die in like a hit here. There we go. Did they destroy the... They did. They destroyed the other bot. Or they destroyed the bots. So that's easy enough. Alright, now we can actually go across, and we don't have to play pinball with any more bots, so let's just head in and get our first bomb component, which should hopefully be in this room coming up here. We are going to have crawl tanks now, of course, on the backside, and they're both going to activate Hypermode. That should take 2 shots each from Hypermode. Super easy once you know how many shots they actually need to take before you can absolutely obliterate them. That always helps. Loading triggers are a wonderful thing. Anyways, let us go across this gap here. And we actually cannot call the ship in. We actually have to get up top to call the ship in. So the first part we're going to get... Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. He's in Hypermode, isn't he? I want your shield, and I'm going to freeze you. And you're going to like it. I don't care if you're in Hypermode. You're about to get frozen, son. Oh, okay, yeah, you do a lot of damage. In such a small space, you do 10 damage a shot. I mean, it's not bad. I'm going to try and freeze you. And it's not going to work very well because, holy crap. Thank you. Wow. And he dropped a 10 health unit. A 10 health unit. That doesn't help me very much. Alright, let's head out. See that when we come back here, there's the ship that's going to blow up this. So we can actually get the missile expansion. And now it's going to want to shoot at us. So we're going to take care of this really quickly. Again, hopefully I don't get hit by this thing. It's very inaccurate with its cannon. Just keep strafing side to side, and usually you do not get hit by these things. As long as you hit it in the heat vent with a fully charged shot, it goes down really fast. As I said, we fought plenty of these space pirate skiff transports in the game, and of course it's just going to run away from us, which, you know, it's fine. We don't have to blow it up necessarily. But what we can do is we can screw attack across, pick up a missile expansion, and continue to screw attack across the gap, and then when we hit the ground, it's going to tell us that we have it. So that's a free missile expansion. That's like an in-game missile expansion that they give you story-wise. I believe that you get 50 missiles by the end of story. Like, you get 53 missiles. It could be a little more than that. It's been a while. Oh, we're just gonna actually shoot a couple of these because I do need health going into this next room. I will need just a little bit of health. Like, I don't need full tanks. I definitely want a little bit of health, though, because we're actually in one of the rooms we need to be in. It's gonna raise us up on the floor here. Should be the exit right here. And there might be a space pirate or two. No, okay. So what we can do is we can actually call in our ship grapple here. Because there was an open ceiling, and we can actually pick this up. This is the first bomb component. And, of course, as our ship is pulling this, it's going to actually lift up this entire pillar. Which, you know, creates a couple little walking steam bots, but we do have some plasma stuff to repair a little bit. Unfortunately, you can't scan those little tiny bugs, but you can scan this, which obviously it being red is key to actually repair everything here. There we go. With that fixed, I'm going to jump out. And it's going to activate the bomb slot for us. Now, this is extremely helpful because this is going to be our first instance of what this room is actually capable of. So you're going to send a little shock through. And this will open up, I believe it drops a platform back down for the bomb. Super helpful. So what we need to do now, we need to... Actually, I forget what we need to do here, believe it or not. Let's see if we can... What do I need to do here? This is the bomb component right here. Target has been repaired. Return projector to its position to engage the control unit. Okay? So we're actually just gonna drop it really quick. First instance of the ship grapple. I usually forget that you have to re-drop this. It was probably my first instinct. That I probably should have remembered to re-drop it. But it repairs the control unit for us. Now we can use it. So let's hop back in this bomb slot. It's going to send a quick little energy shock through. Which is going to raise the platform up for us. Now this platform's super important. Because we actually need to get to the top of that. And you can see, throughout the room, we're going to have some bomb slots that activate. Now, we want to actually head into here for a few reasons. So we want to activate as many of these as we currently can, starting with this one. So you're going to hop in here, sneak around, and what you're going to do, you're actually going to activate this. Now, this is just, unfortunately, too high to do a double bomb jump, so we'll have to come back for Spider Ball in this room later. But we can activate a few of these. And what these do is these will send out those probes I was talking about. As the discs align. And this lines up a planet in the system, essentially. And that is going to send out one of the pods. Very important. So there's those pods I was talking about. That's going to launch away. And you'll notice, you've downloaded the map for this area. Now this one's just the map. There still are a few others we can activate, though. So you can see that there's quite a bit of stuff that we haven't explored. Just on this side, we actually have to go into here next, the Xeno Research Facility, which we will do momentarily. But we need to get out of these first. We want to activate a few of these. So we're going to do it again. You can technically skip these cutscenes, but it's much faster the second time you do it. So this goes to another planet. And this is important because this is the room that will tell us where all the items are. So it's just going to send a bunch of these pods out. So this satellite has revealed all the item locations that we are currently missing in Brio, and suit expansions, obviously the missile expansions and whatnot. Those are the expansions. Now we have every item in Brio located, and you'll notice if I go to the map of Brio, I will show you what that looks like, making 100% really, really easy in this game. So this one, I believe, is Talon 4. A couple of these are planets that aren't important. That also might be Norian. It might be, I think that's the Norian one. Yes, that's the Norian one. So now we have every location for Norian and Brio available for items. Now there are a couple others that we can't quite access yet, but that's very important to do because once we get Spider Ball, we can access the rest of them. Now, let me show you what this actually does. So you will see that we now have locations for Brio and Norian. So if I click on Brio, and just for an example, I'm gonna click on Cliffside Air Dock. I'm gonna rotate the map. You're gonna notice that there are a bunch of little circles here, and here. 3 circles in here. Hidden court. The energy cells do count toward this, by the way. There's one hitting the gateway. This is actually a missile expansion here. But you may notice that there's a bunch of circles. All of these circles, every single one of them, is an item that we've currently missed in the game. If we have the item, it is marked with a little X. So let me zoom in on the map and see if I can find a little X. Yeah, there's one right here. So right here, we've gotten that item, we've gotten that item, we've gotten that item, we've gotten that item. So any item we don't have is now going to be marked with a circle permanently on our map until we obviously collect it. It's super helpful. It's super useful, and I will be using it throughout the rest of this run. Obviously, when we get to, you know, the end portion of the run. But now that we have the plasma door available, we can now head that way to get an upgrade that we need. The next upgrade, which is not part of the bomb, however, it's probably one of the creepier areas in the game. So there should be a hidden item or a save station, I think, right here. There's also a hidden item inside a little morph ball tunnel that's right next to this. I forget what side it's on, but there is a morph ball tunnel somewhere here. And I need to actually get rid of this dude and his friend before, you know, they decide to bother me. Thank you. Somewhere in here, little item, little hole in the wall. I don't know if I got it. I can scan this, I think. Bioengineered, often planted by other. Okay, so it's the tree. But there is I know there's a tunnel here. Because there's always a missile expansion that I'm missing in this game, and it usually comes from this tunnel. But right back here is actually going to be a save station, which I'll just open. We're not going to end up saving or anything. We're just going to scan these really quick. Chosen model appears to represent a solar system. I know the tunnel's here. It's somewhere here. It's like in the roots. It's really weird. You can see that when I bomb it, like things move. I know it's here, and I will find it. And if I don't find it, I'll come back to it. Of course, but gotta get rid of all of these. We gotta move all of these blocks, and then we have to grapple all of these enemies. He's just standing there having a good time. He just shot missiles at me. How dare he? I don't believe he just did that. So we actually need to go through that door, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna screw attack backwards here, just for a moment or two, because we actually need to go pick up another item by going backwards. So there's the missile expansion I was talking about right there. Backwards twice. Hopefully you get the screw attack and just back up into a missile expansion. Super easy, super nice. Easy missile expansion to pick up. Don't forget it. Very important. So never, ever forget about that missile expansion. But that is that item we need to get in there. We're all set. So now we can continue on through. Got a little bit of an ice missile door. Conveniently, we have plenty of those. And we're going to head into the broken elevator, but there's also a lore bot here, which we are also going to scan because I never did in my first playthrough. Elysian data doctor coded. Aurora. It's a data bot. I need to shoot it again so I can read it. There we go. Aurora. Aurora was placed within one of our floating pods and connected to the station's network. This connection allowed Aurora to control not only the facility, but us as well. Our link allowed us to reap the benefits of the Aurora's own connection to the Federation's Aurora network. The units were capable of communicating with one another regardless of the distance, and vast amounts of information were passed down to us. As years went by, we aided the Aurora and our Federation allies in the research. We studied potential enemy threats and collected data on their activities. It was, in some small way, a means to atone for our inability to help our creators years ago. Through our alliance with the Federation, we were able to prevent many disasters and bring an end to numerous threats in the cosmos. We are not certain if that was what our creators would have wished to happen, but it was certainly a peaceful life. So the robots found salvation. This is the jammed elevator, by the way, I was talking about. Can't do anything about that, unfortunately. But we are going to get some energy units because we are about to go... Oh! Oh, we're about to have a little fun. So that's one of the bomb components, ladies and gentlemen. But dead silence only means one thing. Yep. Another Berserker Lord, ladies and gentlemen. And believe it or not, this is the exact same Berserker Lord from the beginning of the game. He is revamped and angry. He is very, very angry. This is the same Berserker Lord, but, you know, he's just as weak because we have Plasma. And obviously, you were fighting him in a much smaller arena than we did the first time, but his weaknesses still apply. His damage still applies. Everywhere you shoot him still applies. Just stay away from most of his attacks, and you'll be fine. Just gotta break the phasite cores as per usual. Fully charged Plasma Beam usually takes care of that really fast. And Berserker Lord obviously will go down, you know, really quick because he's super weak. Once you break the phasite cores, of course. Don't break the phasite cores and you ain't doing nothing. Can't really hit him. So let's see if I can actually do this fight without taking damage. I should be able to. There we go. Cores are down. So now his back, you know, he's ready. Berserker Lord, I don't know why I froze the scan. Alright, so now we're going to see the orbs, the Berserker orbs. Shoots purple ones. The same concept. You shoot them back. And you do a little damage to Berserker Lord here. And of course, you know, cores come back. But you can shoot those really quick. So we're going to actually break the cores, stay out of the vomit. We're actually... Oh, it's okay. I thought we were out of range of that, but I guess not. It's okay. He's a super easy fight. They just kind of put him here to be a mini-boss at this point. Even though, you know, he has a health bar on the screen, he is indeed a mini-boss. He's not actually, you know, big, powerful boss anymore. He is a mini-boss. Like, well, a lot like the Berserker Knights, he's super weak. So, you know, we just gotta deal with him quickly. Because I want to get into the Xeno Research Station. That's probably the best part. He's gonna shoot at me, please. Purple orbs? Purple orbs. One. That one hurts. You actually can't do anything about that one. I need to break his core, though, so we are going to fire some missiles at it, because I believe missiles work, too. If you hit him, of course. You gotta hit him. One core. That missed, I don't know how. Come on. There we go. What are you gonna do? Huh? He's gonna shoot at me again. That's fine. Berserker Lord, please, can I see some purple orbs, please? No? No purple orbs. Okay, you just want to be that guy. I understand. I understand that being that guy can be, you know, a pain. And I know you don't like being that guy, but I'm gonna ask you to not be that guy. So we can end this boss fight and get to probably the best part of this episode. Because you're very weak, and you're taking forever to, like, lose one piece of your armor. And I don't know why. Don't ask me. I don't know what happened. There we go. All right. Stop. Stop your nonsense. Go home to your mama. Alright, so now that his core is exposed again, you guys know the drill. Blast into the top of him. He's going to start, obviously, doing his shockwaves. Fully charged plasma does way more damage. I feel like they've scaled his health a little bit, though, to help out. I mean, technically. He's dead. Hypermode just to end the fight, because you didn't have Hypermode the first time you fought Berserker Lord. But once he's dead, he's dead. So we're just going to unlock these locks. There's 4 of them. A little more. There we go. And this is our first bomb component, as I said. But this is not the fun part of the episode yet. We're not there. We'll get there very soon. I want to activate that next, which is on the other side of the room. Hopefully this works this time, and it's not super slow. There we go. There we go. Okay, that one was much better. And that should open the floor and allow us to pick up the first bomb component. As you can see, it's quite a large bomb component. So let's call our ship in. It's going to use its awesome new ship grapple. And it's going to pick up the first component of the bomb and fly away with it. Now, we will be using that component of the bomb relatively soon. But this is also going to give us an entrance hatch to the next area. So we're just going to take that entrance hatch and use it. Because where we get to go next is very fun. And this is my personal... This is like, if you were to think creepy areas in Metroid coming up, you guys are going to love this. You guys are absolutely going to love this. So here you have a little puzzle. You wait for it to change, and then you screw attack in twice. You got to get there quick, though, or else you don't make it. So we just got to wait one more time because the door's on the left. It spins, and we get out. Of course, we have to repair this very quickly. Look at that. Motion controls, ladies and gentlemen. They work great. So, here, this is going to create a little bit of an elevator for us. Actually, I don't think it creates an elevator for us. It just powers... It powers something. We can scan these lines, actually. What are they for? The cables are flowing with energy and supply power to the nearby elevator system that I'm standing on, but I can't use. So let's head into this plasma door. And you're going to see we have a little bit of a grab ledge. Pretty easy. No, how did I miss? I definitely grabbed that grab ledge. I have some questions, Metroid. How dare you? How dare you not let me grab that grab ledge? Right, so over here, our good friends Aero Troopers, and they have missiles, and they are coming. Phazon bombs that I don't want to get hit by because they're rude dudes. You can see they explode after a while. Die! There we go. So you may notice these gates are kind of on a spinning cycle. You just activate these really quick. And you want to move as far as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 quick screw attacks will make it there. This one's always I was going to say, this one's always tricky, and then I got shot in the back and knocked off the cliff. So again, what you do, just time your screw attacks. Ah! Oh, I didn't make it. You got to time your screw attack for these jump ledges. You got to do them quite early, or else you don't make this cycle on the platform, and you really, really want to make that platform cycle. Because if you don't, you actually cannot get to where we need to go. So now that we are across, you may notice that there are some space pirates, and they have disintegrated. So what, you may ask? Well, seeing what time we've already done this episode, I'm actually going to have to save it for the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. And in the next episode, we're going to probably the second creepiest area in the game, the Xeno Research Station. So until then, this is CAJ Man 777 signing off. Stay safe, everybody.